The world shakes. Chaos surrounds you. Everything seems uncertain, unstable. But you can become unshakable, a rock in the storm, a calm in the chaos. It starts inside you, with your mind, your spirit, your will. The Stoics teach that you cannot control the world, but you can control yourself. You cannot stop storms from coming, but you can learn to stand firm. This is the power of being unshakable. You build it with discipline, with patience, with clarity. You train your mind to see clearly, to judge wisely, to act with purpose. When the world rages, you do not rage back. You do not break. You stay calm. You stay steady. This calm comes from acceptance, accepting what you cannot change and focusing on what you can. You cannot control others. You cannot control outcomes. You can only control your thoughts, your choices, your actions. This is freedom. When you focus here, the shaking outside loses power. You learn to detach from what threatens to unsettle you. You let go of the need to control everything. You embrace uncertainty because you know it is part of life. You prepare yourself not to avoid storms, but to stand through them. You build resilience by facing difficulties, not avoiding them. You build strength by accepting pain, not denying it. You learn patience by waiting, by enduring. Being unshakable means grounding yourself in your values, in your purpose. When the world shakes, your foundation does not. You know who you are, what you stand for, where you are going. This clarity keeps you steady. You do not lose your way. You do not lose your calm. You hold the line no matter what comes. You control your emotions. You do not let fear or anger rule you. You face challenges with courage, with wisdom. You remain composed even when others panic. This is the power of being unshakable. It is a choice made moment by moment. You choose peace over panic. You choose strength over weakness. You choose action over reaction. You choose to stand firm when everything tries to pull you down. You become a lighthouse for yourself, for others. In a shaking world, you are the still point. You train your mind daily through reflection, through meditation, through discipline. You practice controlling your thoughts, your judgments, your emotions. You prepare for hardship by strengthening your spirit. You do not wait for the storm to pass. You learn to walk through it. This is resilience. This is mastery. This is freedom. You embrace impermanence, knowing everything changes. You find peace in acceptance, not resistance. You build your inner fortress, strong enough to hold any storm. You learn to smile in the face of chaos. You do not fight what you cannot change. You adapt. You bend, but you do not break. You hold your center when all around you falls apart. This is the art of being unshakable. It is not born from comfort, but from struggle. Not from ease, but from endurance. You do not seek an easy life. You seek a strong life. You do not run from pain. You meet it head on. You learn that true power is not in controlling the world, but in mastering yourself. This is the Stoic path. To become unshakable, you must start inside. Build your mind, build your heart, build your will. Let the world shake. You stand firm. You are unshakable. You begin each day with intention, not waiting for calm to find you, but creating calm within yourself. You practice stillness even as the world spins out of control. In this stillness, you find power. Power over your reactions, power over your thoughts, power over your fears. You recognize that the world will always shake. It is the nature of existence. But you do not let shaking shake you. You understand that your peace does not depend on circumstances, but on your response. You choose to respond with reason, not with panic, with courage, not with confusion, with clarity, not confusion. You know the storms will come, the losses, the failures, the betrayals, but you do not fear them because you have prepared. You have built resilience not by avoiding pain, but facing it. You have learned to see obstacles as opportunities to grow. Every challenge is a test, a chance to prove your strength. You do not run from difficulties, you run toward them. Not recklessly, but with purpose. With discipline. You practice gratitude even in hardship, because gratitude grounds you, reminds you of what is steady, what is true. You remind yourself daily that control is an illusion, that change is constant, that suffering is part of life. And in accepting these truths, you find freedom. Freedom from anxiety, freedom from anger, freedom from despair. You develop emotional immunity, not to become cold or detached, but to become strong and wise. You watch your thoughts without being consumed by them. You observe your feelings without being controlled by them. You create space between stimulus and response. In that space, you choose your actions. You choose your attitude. This space is your power center, your sanctuary, your fortress. You do not build walls. You build a foundation, one that can hold the weight of the world. You seek not comfort, but strength, not ease, but endurance. You surround yourself with what builds you, people who challenge you, situations that grow you, practices that center you. You learn to say no to distractions, to negativity, to anything that shakes your core. You protect your energy, your mind, your soul, because you know that to be unshakable, you must be whole. You cultivate patience because change takes time. You embrace solitude because it builds self-reliance. You foster humility because pride leads to collapse. You develop wisdom because wisdom guides through storms. You anchor yourself in principles, not in opinions, in truths, not in trends, in virtues, not in vices. You know that external chaos cannot disturb internal order. You choose order in your mind, in your life, in your heart. This order creates peace, peace that cannot be taken away, peace that endures. You become a beacon, not because you shine the brightest, but because you never flicker. You stand firm when others falter. You remain calm when others panic. You offer strength when others despair. You are a steady hand, a clear mind, a strong heart. This is your gift, your power, your legacy, to be unshakable in a shaking world. You learn to welcome uncertainty because control is an illusion. You embrace change because resistance brings suffering. Each day you practice surrender, not defeat, but acceptance. Acceptance that allows you to flow like water around rocks. You become adaptable, not rigid, flexible, but firm. You let go of attachment to outcomes, to people, to possessions. This is freedom. Freedom from fear,